So for today we are talking about this new keyboard from AKKO. It's the 5075B plus black and gold Nordic edition because I'm Nordic, and this has both Bluetooth, wired and a 2.4 gigahertz connection. And this is one of the main features that I really like with this keyboard. With the 2.4 gigahertz connection, it supports me being able to game on the keyboard. If you are considering a keyboard and it only have a Bluetooth wireless connection, then I'd say it's just simply not good enough for gaming. Let's also give a shout out to AKKO for sending me this keyboard, being the first company to actually support me and send me a product for free that I can review that I didn't pay for myself. I actually had to choose the keyboard myself on the website, and the specific model I went with is supposed to be with pre-lubed switches. Now, I've always wanted a custom keyboard, but it's been a little scary maybe to think about the process of building it myself. Oh, this is the first time I'm unboxing it, and it feels very premium. Now, I don't know if you can hear it in my microphone here. It's very nice. I will do a sound test later on so you can hear it without all of the filters I'm using on my microphone. But my first initial thought is that it looks like it's really great quality, and one thing that I really want in a keyboard like this is that I want it to feel a bit heavy and not too tall. I know it's a bit weird, but many of the custom keyboards like this have a tall edge on the bottom, like that this part is too tall, and I really like that this isn't too tall. Now I'm going to be testing this keyboard for the next 2 weeks, and let's just skip ahead to see how I'm actually finding this keyboard. I have had this keyboard for about a week, maybe a week and a half now, and I'm ready to give my opinions on what I think about it. There is almost only good things to say about this keyboard, and I've tested some keyboards in my time, maybe close to 20 keyboards. I know for some keyboard reviewers that's not a lot, that's been doing this for years, but I don't want to compare myself to be like a pro tech reviewer. I'm just an average consumer who has access to a little bit more of these tech product. Now, one thing that I turned off immediately while getting this is that I don't want the light, the RGB in the side, and I don't want the backlight here. It's hard to see on this in this light, because I personally don't like RGB, but I know there's a lot of people that like it. So it's just with an FN and the L, and then you can turn it off, and then there's no RGB. And then on the back we have a tiny flip right here, and a taller flip if you want to make the keyboard taller. I like the halfway point to make it somewhat in between for me. One thing I really love about this is that the plastic, the buttons here feels premium. Now, compared to, I have 2 Razer keyboards just sitting over the shelf over there that costs way more than this keyboard, and this is superbly highly more premium feeling than the Razer keyboards. I think the Razer, this is maybe 30% or 20% less than a Razer keyboard, and that I don't get how that's so cheap. In a second you'll hear a sound test on how it feels like when you're typing on this, and I think that for me, who hasn't built any custom keyboards, this sound as close to as what I'm hearing online when you are building these custom keyboards. If you like this kind of video, please consider subscribing, because the more subscribers I get, the higher likelihood is that I will get some of these products in the future, so I can make more videos, so I can make more reviews. I like the profile, I like the pressure needed for these. There is just one thing I don't like about this, and this is not AKKO's fault, this is not the keyboard the company's fault, it's the layout. It's just because these arrow keys right here, I don't know if you can see them, I found out now that when I hit this shift, and I use this shift a lot, I put my finger just there, just between the shift and the arrow key, and sometimes I hit the arrow up key. I know this is just something that you could get used to, but if I could get this exact same keyboard in a full-size keyboard, this would be my almost, I think it would be my perfect keyboard, because then I cannot really do all my work without the numpad, because like 90% of what I'm doing on this computer is work from home. But the first time I actually played a game on this keyboard, first time I played Fortnite on this keyboard, I won my first victory crown royale. So there's something about mechanical keyboards that feels better while gaming compared to the Logitech MX keys. Just horrible for gaming. It's a good gaming keyboard in my opinion, and it's a good typing feeling in my opinion. I like the 75% layout, just accept this. So if you're not working and you're using it for a gaming keyboard, I think this is one of the perfect layouts. Again, I have to make a disclaimer that I got this keyboard for free, and it's the first product that I have gotten for free. So I cannot be more unbiased than I want more products for free, but I genuinely like the product and it has been on my list to buy for myself. And if I could swap it into a full size, I think I'd actually be using this every day. But I think this would be going on my gaming setup over there, because I think it's a lot better gaming keyboard. It's one of the best gaming keyboards I have tried, even though they are not marketed as a gaming keyboard. But that's because I'm a work from home casual gamer who likes this as a gaming keyboard. I do not like the Razer keyboards as a gaming keyboard. They're too loud, and sometimes when you are pressing keys on the Razer keyboard, even though you're not really pressing it, it's like it's just if you're pressing it halfway or something, it still makes the button press. This is much more organically, much more true to how you're clicking on it, and I like this much more. Now, would I recommend this keyboard? Actually, I'd say yes, if you're looking for something that in my mind feels like a custom keyboard, but you're not maybe ready to build it yourself, you can get this. And if you want to have the same sound as me, you have to go with something called the Wine Red pre-lubed switches, because I wanted not to lube them myself. I wanted something that was factory lubed, and you can get this at most of the keyboards at AKKO. Some of the key things to know about this keyboard is that it has 3 layers of noise reducing cotton to reduce like this hollow noise and to get a better soft feel when you're clicking. There's also a lot of customization in this, the RGB thing, RGB lighting here. Now, I'm not a big fan of RGB myself, but it can adjust the lighting according to the music rhythm to increase like the fun of gaming. The keyboards natively support both Windows and Mac just by switching in the back. When you get the keyboard, there's a lot of FN hotkeys. You can read those in the manual. The one that I look for the first time is to want to turn on and off the light. There's a little wheel, a turning wheel, a knob right here. It's a nice, you can really feel when it clicks and turns. I use it for volume, but you can adjust it to do otherwise. If you don't like the switches with the keyboard you get, all the switches are hot swappable, and this one comes with besides a USB 2.4 wireless, it also has a Bluetooth connection, but you can also just plug it in via a USB-C cable that's in the box. I'm going to do a typing test into this microphone right here, so you can hear how it sounds like. I'm going to try to move the microphone on the other side here. Thank you for watching. See you in the comments.